Heston and Chris, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let's talk about this National Veterans Planning Conference that was held in Brisbane today. Heston, we'll start with you. Can you give me an overview of who attended and what the point of it was?
Yeah, absolutely, and thanks, Anna. So today we had the national ex-service organisations get together, about 80 of them from across the country, and our whole idea was to get together and discuss in particular the terms of reference that are going to shape this Royal Commission, and also then to see what we could do as a collective community, noting how triggering and impacting this Royal Commission is going to be to prepare our veteran community and our families for what is going to be potentially a very arduous ride ahead, but also a tremendous opportunity to maximise what is a once-in-a-lifetime event.
And Chris, you served for 14 years and you were also a key part of today's event. Why is it important to have this sort of consultation with the veterans as part of this process with the Royal Commission?
Because it needs to be broad. The takeaways that we've got is this needs to be broad, and if you look at the demographic that we're looking at, then we need to make sure that everyone's encompassed, not just the ESO community or the ex-services community, but also the veteran community holistically, and that ranges from the top level ESOs all the way down to veteran support groups at the lower levels.
Is it because you don't trust the government to do a good enough job on its own, or the National Commissioner if and when that is appointed?
I think the key conversation that came out today, and we intend to push ahead with a motion from the collective ex-service organisations that were there today to support the National Commissioner as well as the Royal Commission, because it's all about providing potential avenues and safe spaces for anyone and everyone to be engaged with this. The key realisation is that people are going to engage with whoever they want to, and we need to best equip everyone to make sure that the end result, which is maximum participation, systematic change and cultural change, is achieved.
And obviously at these events you do get people who come along, whether they're family members, veterans themselves. Emotions do run high, and of course the Commission is to look at things like the suicide rate within veterans. Was there anyone there today, or are you touched every time by some of the stories that you're hearing?
No, look, it was kept rather non-emotive, because we felt that when we start to bring emotion into things this early, then the whole terms of reference can fall apart. What needs to be is bipartisan, without fear or favour, but it's great that you touched on families, because we feel that families are going to be really critical with this terms of reference, the way this Royal Commission plays out. They will be impacted, and it's something that we need to prepare for.
That's it, and we're really trying to help. There's been a very emotive phase trying to really essentially pressure the government to call this Royal Commission, and we went into that today, how much moral injury and emotional trauma there is needing this Royal Commission. But now it's about taking a big breath and taking calm and controlled and planned steps forward, because this has to be a truly tremendous opportunity for all of us. We need to do it in a way that supports people, not revs up and hypes up the situation that's been the last 6 months in the veteran community.
It definitely does feel like that shift, I suppose, now into seeing things roll out. Has the government found, have they worked well with you guys? Do you feel like you've been updated, and I guess where have you been told the latest is at with the Royal Commission?
Look, there's been definitely different lines of operation and different lines of communication, and to be honest, I've sort of disengaged from the government on this, because now is the focus on the ground up approach. We had to go from the top down to achieve that authority, and now we have it. It's so important to establish the foundation, and that's where myself and Chris and up to 60 to 80 of the ex-service organisations today were talking about collaborating together for some of the first times to set up these structures and these communities that need to last longer than the Royal Commission, because we're also going to have a positive impact on suicide prevention through simply connecting, communicating and supporting each other daily, as opposed to only when critical issues spike in the community.
Has that really been lacking, that connection between the different organisations?
Yeah, it has. It has. It's something that you'll hear a lot talked about, but now we have the great opportunity, not only with the Royal Commission coming up, to reset that and move together as one. And I know Heston always talks about force multipliers, and as we look at it, we have the opportunity now, it's a once in a lifetime, to put the emotions aside and achieve a common goal with the Royal Commission that drops out things such as support networks and the way that they're handled and the way that they will continue to be handled into the future. So it's a really great opportunity for the ESO community and the VSO community and any ex-service organisation to really put their footprint down on this. So, yeah, excellent.
Absolutely, it's a great equaliser. No one in the veteran community is an expert in Royal Commissions. The last one was in the 1920s. This is the time to bring people together for a common purpose. So, yeah.
As this was the first national conference of its kind, are you planning more, and how can other veterans stay involved in across what you two are doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what we're going to do is today we actually had a bunch of people dialing in online, and we actually recorded the whole session. So we're going to be pushing that out and calling for feedback. and this is the first part of the conversation. So voiceofaveteran.org is the current communication platform, but from this we're actually going to be looking to probably develop a new organisation that is task specific to just supporting the Royal Commission and free of any previous influences or opinions otherwise, purely focused on this result. So we'll stay linked in with you, Anna, but for the time being, voiceofaveteran.org, and we'll push this out, and then from there we'll keep you updated.
Absolutely. Thank you both so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anna.
And if you or someone you know in the defence community needs support, please reach out to one of the organisations on your screen, including Open Arms, the Defence Family Helpline or Lifeline.